YouTube Crobat for the win here, bringing you a battle versus BidoofsCrazyVideos on YouTube. And this was certainly a crazy match, perfectly good for uploading, so why not? I figured I'd upload it. It's OU, I kind of brought one of my older teams that I kind of like, so why not? See how this goes. So he's going to send in his Conkeldurrs first, as I lead with Landers T. I'm going to go for the U-turn because honestly I'm fearing the Ice Punch. I know I outspeed, so that's not really an issue. Now I can go out into Gyarados to get the Dual Intimidate off, and also potentially take the Ice Punch well, but he actually goes for Drain Punch, predicting another kind of switch. So I guess I can take that. That's not really a huge issue. He gets a little bit of health back, but I can't really complain because Gyarados pretty much took that like a monster. Now I'm going to switch again and go into Landers T just so I can get another Intimidate off on this thing, but then he decides to switch, so that's kind of unfortunate, but he's going to go into Jirachi, which I can hit with an Earthquake. So I'm not going to overpredict this early. I'm just going to go for the Earthquake, and of course he has an Air Balloon Heatran. Kudos to that guy, because he's just the man for bringing an Air Balloon Heatran. So he goes for a sub, and he's going to try to set up a Magma Storm, which is kind of annoying. But thankfully, Starmie outspeeds, and I can get a safe Surf off to KO the sub. Alright, so the Air Balloon pops as he goes for a Magma Storm, like I said, which is going to do quite a lot. And then get some residual damage in, and force me to not switch. So the residual damage isn't going to do a lot, but it's some, for sure. Now he's going to switch because he's fearing the Surf, and he's going to go into Jirachi. And I actually predicted to switch into something else, so I went for the Thunderbolt. Guess that didn't work out well. I predicted to switch into Keldeo because it could take the Surf, being watertight. Oh well, not a huge deal. I'm going to go into Landers T because why not? It's got the Intimidate to prevent Body Slams from doing a lot of damage. And he doesn't get the Pair Hacks, which was awesome. That kind of made my day right there. So I can go for the Earthquake if I feel like it. He might get a Pair of Hacks here, but at least this turn I can get the Earthquake off on this thing. Now his HP's going down, it's going down. It is going down, and he lives with 1 HP. Or negative 25 HP. I don't even know, but it's such a low amount that it's like, wow. Really, game? Really, game? So the minimum maximum damage hates me right now. So I have to try to break through this Pair of Hacks and Iron Head just to get off 1 Earthquake to KO this thing. But actually, I decided to go for the U-turn because I'd like to switch out in the process. And I thought at least at that low of health it would have KO'd. Thankfully it does. So I'm going to go into my own Jirachi. He's going to go into his Espeon, excuse me. I was thinking of Epson for whatever reason. That's what happens when it's early in the morning. And I think he went for a Reflect as I go for a Body Slam. Get a Pair of Hacks on him. I'm just obviously going to predict it's Magic Bounce, excuse me. And he goes for a Shadow Ball. Of course, if it were Synchronized Espeon, that would be bad because then I'd be paralyzed. But I'm not going to worry about it. He's not. No one would run a Synchronized Espeon. So I go for a Wish here, and I go to switch out. I'm going to go into Starmie, hoping that I can get all my health back. He gets up a sub, which is kind of unfortunate, because now I'm in the same position as before. I just have to go for the Surf to break the sub. He could do something with Earth Power or Magma Storm, but it definitely won't KO, so I can't complain too much. So he actually predicted my switch into Heatran, which is not a bad play, because it does just about the same amount of damage as Magma Storm. Maybe even a little bit more, actually. So he's going to go into Keldeo, and of course he predicts this one like a champ. And I don't go for the Thunderbolt this time, because I predicted Jirachi again. Of course, though, I get a crit, which kind of mattered, but really didn't matter too much, since I'm just going to go into Gyarados here, who can easily go and threaten this thing out. Yep, and he's just going to switch, predicting some kind of switch like that. He goes into Venomoth, which is gonna use Sleep Powder. I was kind of surprised. I forgot I didn't even know what this thing's speed was off my head. I didn't bother to look it up. I thought I was gonna outspeed for some reason. And then I thought that I'm a bulky Dragon Dancing set. Plus I looked it up and my speed is lower. Why would I have outsped? Anyways, I predict the Bug Buzz, so I go into Heatran. Even if he went for the Quiver Dance, it wouldn't have been that bad. Anyways, I'm gonna go switch out into Starmie, and then he predicts that really well. Look at that. He goes for a Quiver Dance, predicting my switch. Because I could have KO'd him there. Of course not, though. And then I thought maybe he'd predict my switch again, so he'd go for another one. But no, he doesn't. So that's really unfortunate. I lose that thing early. I go for a Bullet Punch just to get a lot of damage on this Venomoth. He's going to Baton Pass. He's going to Baton Pass into Keldeo. And this thing is really threatening. I don't know what to do against it. I think I'll just go for the Bullet Punch just because I can get some damage off before he KOs something. Something is going to die. That's all I can say. Something is going to die from this Keldeo. Something had to die. And there was nothing much I could have done about it. So I'm going to go into Jirachi and just hope to hacks it out. Of course, it misses the Hydro Pump, which is kind of funny. And then I get the pair hacks off the Body Slam. So that's awesome. That Hydro Pump wouldn't have KO'd. It would have left me with low health, but I don't think it mattered too much. Anyways, I'm going to go for the Iron Head and just hope to get Flinch off. And he's at really low health where another Iron Head should probably KO. Don't see why not. Yep, it definitely KOs. That was great. So I have a full health Jirachi and looking pretty good here. So he's going to go for a sub, and that's kind of unfortunate. But I predicted that, so I went for a Drain Punch. And I'm just hoping that it breaks the sub. I know it's not that powerful, but thank goodness it breaks the sub. Because if that didn't break the sub, I'd be really sad. So I'm going to go into Heatran on my own, predicting, well, the Magma Storm. This time I got it right. Well, I got it right before, too, so I guess I can't complain about that. Anyways, I go for the Earth Power because I'm Scarf Heatran, I outspeed. Then he goes into this final boss. It really is the final boss. And I don't know if I'll be able to defeat it because all I got is Heatran, which is weak to fighting type moves, and physical attackers. And this thing is just going to bulk up like a champ. This is not good. And I even get the pair hacks there just to slap myself in the face. I'm going to have to keep going with the Dual Intimidate to try to keep its attack down, but there's nothing I can do about its defense. And I have no special attackers left. I wish I kept my Starmie now. I wish I made the right prediction when it came to that Bug Buzz. Because I could at least do major damage with a Surf, and then switch out to Heatran and go for an Overheat, and KO. But no, I can't do that now. So I'm going to just go Dual Intimidate. And then this time I actually go into Heatran because I'm like, alright, he'll predict my switch, right? He'll predict my switch and go for the bulk up, and I can KO with 2 overheats. Wrong! Predicts that well. I lose my Heatran. So now this game's kind of impossible. Yeah, unless I get major crits. And that would be really funny, actually. But, no. So I'm going to go for Body Slam, hoping to get the pair hacks, because honestly, I'd rather give it Guts Boost and get pair hacks, and potentially try to stall it out. That just seems better right now. Of course I don't get it, because that's just my luck. 40% chance of not getting it, and I don't. Then he goes for Drain Punch. I send in Sleeping Gyarados, hoping to wake it up or do something. He's going to go for a bulk up. I really wouldn't mind getting a taunt off on this thing. And of course he carries the Payback. That's a little surprising. Obviously originally I thought he had Ice Pump, but he doesn't, so oh well. Now Payback's going to KO Gyarados, so this is kind of a lost cause. And it's just a stall war, that's why it's going really fast though. So he's going to have to keep going for Drain Punches on Landorus. I guess he could go for a Payback too, but doesn't really matter, I have nothing to hit it anyways. Yeah. So I'm going to go for Body Slam, hoping I could get the pair hacks, but no, I don't get the pair hacks again. And I almost die. So I'm like, this game's lost anyways. And he goes for Mach Punch just to show that he's a champ. So I can't do much about that. So I'm down to my last Pokemon, get my last Intimidate off. I'm just going to have to pray for a Mega Earthquake crit, and that's pretty much it. But I never get one. Spoilers. So he's just going to keep going for Drain Punches. Why not? I guess he could have gone for the Payback, but it doesn't really matter all that much. Besides, he'd be going first. I mean, yeah, once again, I lost anyways. He's just going to keep recovering health, I guess, with Drain Punch. He's recovering enough to pretty much bring him back to full after leftovers. So, yep, that's pretty much it. Lost game. So that was regardless, that was a good game. BidoofsCrazyVideos. Made a lot of good plays on both sides. I'm just upset that I, 1, lost Starmie, and 2, that I didn't bring more hard-hitting special attackers. Because if I had brought hard-hitting special attackers, I would have probably won. That's kind of too bad.
Game over.
seeing that I just lost to a final boss, I kind of found that appropriate. And now I have forever hatred for Conkeldurrs. No, not really. I might start using one, who knows. Anyway, so BidoofsCrazyVideos rather, uploads some interesting videos to say the least. So you can go check his channel out. And that's pretty much it for today. So rate, comment, subscribe guys, and peace out.